Hey y'all.
Hi.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about OWN Network's reality-based TV series Put a Ring on It, season number 3, episode number 10.
And today we will be focusing on Alfonzo and Shay. But before we get into it, please like, share, subscribe, and press that notification button.
Yep.
Shay getting it together, y'all. Shay stringing sentences and making paragraphs that make sense.
Oh,
who knew?
Snap.
Maybe someone laid hands on her and said, in the name of.
It wasn't Tay Cherie, was it? I don't think that was it.
Something, maybe her auntie came through.
Whatever, she got through to it. Something sunk.
Shay is.
She got a new attitude, don't she?
Who knew?
She got a new attitude, boy. And I like it. I like it. And I'm not the only one either.
God is good.
All the time, ain't he? Won't he do it, y'all? Won't he do it?
So let's get into it.
Oh my goodness.
We start off with them being in Dr. Nicole's office.
Right.
And she's advising them that they have an opportunity to either not go on a date or date
Repeat dates.
Someone who they've dated before.
Yes.
And Shay decides that she's gonna ask Asar, who was the gentleman who tried to hold her back with Miss Detroit, and Alfonzo went on a date with Tanisha.
Yeah.
Alfonso was being mindful of the boundaries that he told Shay he would operate
adhere
under.
to. Yeah, exactly.
And the brother did what he needed to do. He flirted.
Yeah, he didn't step over that line. She did the same in terms of...
she kept reminding him how tasty she is. And
especially in her confessionals, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't take the bait, thank God.
And she came back later on and said, well, I'm glad that he adhered to the boundaries because that lets me know that he's capable of doing that in the event that things don't work out and we kind of, get together or hook up if that's a possibility at some point in the future. And so I understand, why she was saying that, but...
now, Alfonso could have been playing all of us because the cameras are on, but we'll give him the benefit
of the doubt until we see otherwise, right?
Until we see or read
otherwise, right? Right. But she damn sure trying to tempt him. She sure was.
Yeah, but he was respectful, and any woman could appreciate.
Yeah,
that.
she seems to have said that she feels like they have a good vibe together, and I think maybe it's too soon for that because when I think of connection, I'm thinking about something.
You're thinking about something a little more authentic
and a little deeper than
an artificial date.
Right. So I don't know how she could feel that already.
Have you seen Ready to Love?
Preach the truth, sister. Huh?
Anywho,
yeah, right.
We're gonna keep it moving.
Yep.
So we see Shay now on her date with Asar.
Yep.
And Miss Shay decided to take responsibility for her behavior, and she apologized.
Fantastic.
She was clear about what she was apologizing for. She was apologetic for her behavior. She apologized that he had to intercede
and thanked him for doing so.
Thanked him for doing so
in a mature way.
I was just amazed.
That wasn't a quote unquote adult move. It was really good. Or hope that happened with respect to Fonzo, from his vantage point. Fonzo, that he did all that he could have done to have brought the situation down, between Shay and Tay Cherie.
Well, she needs to check for him because he was feeling her, and they were flirting with each other at one point in the making store, and they were talking about the sense. They were laughing and flirting and
having a good time.
Yeah. And at one point, she asked them what she should name her candle, and he said to call it Asar. We see a little.
She reverted back for a quick second.
I got a little stench of some foulness. She looked in the camera and said she lighted and tell Alfonso this is Asar.
If he act up.
And if he acts up.
She got something to do.
She could call Asar. I mean, no.
She didn't need to go there.
No, Shay, no. You don't want to go 4 steps forward and then take 3 steps
She
back.
definitely didn't need to go that. But to give her credit, though, I'm going to give her credit because she is, from my vantage point, in a totally different space and or place. God. And it's refreshing to see. And Shay, you go ahead and do your thing, Miss Shay. Go ahead.
She and Miss Detroit at the sushi bar to now.
Why you call her Miss Detroit?
And you're a boxing fan. You could see that she had some sort of skill set.
That was the overhand, the roundhouse right, boy.
No, that would have been a roundhouse. Thank you very much.
Way roundhouse.
But anyway, we go on to see Shay and Alfonzo in the group setting. Dr. Nicole asked Shay what her thoughts were as it relates to her date, and she laid it out. She said she apologized. She appreciated him helping her out, and that if anything would happen with Alfonso and her, she would stay by herself.
Yeah, good move. Good move. She wouldn't just jump right into another relationship simply because of her meeting Sar under the circumstances posed to her by this show. But I think that is a really good move, and it shows to me that she has moved from the place she was at the beginning of the show to a much different place now, and it is
there's nothing as wonderful as a woman staying by herself to know and love herself. It's a time for a woman to know how she likes her eggs, what fragrances she likes, if she likes a bath, the colors. She could decorate, she could travel, she could have random conversations with people just to get that her flirt on. The world is before her to play in and just get into.
Yeah.
And once you love yourself like that, the person out there is gonna see it, and that's what's gonna attract the good man to her.
Exactly.
That love and care she has.
Exactly.
For
and
herself.
Dr. Nicole acknowledged that, and she's like, "Go on, girl." She basically like, "Go on, girl. I see you doing the work. You putting that work in."
Because any woman out there who's looking for a man, from a person who had to learn how to love myself, the only way forward is to love yourself so intensely that now you will know what is right for you and what's not. Now you're going to be guided than just going out there doing random mess.
In an unyielding way.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think Dr. Nicole was referencing when she was encouraging her and saying and giving her props for the development and the growth that she's apparently made. And I have to applaud Shay.
What you learn being by yourself is you learn how to forgive yourself. Forgive the stuff that you have done when you were stuck on stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when that love comes, when you could look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Oh, you look cute today." You're on your way.
Good morning, gorgeous, like Mary J. Blige says. Yeah.
Then the man will be like,
they'll see that.
What is she doing?
Right, because that's radiating from her.
Yes.
Yep.
That joy, that love, that heat. They want to get close.
Right, exactly.
Hey. What we see Alfonso, and he talks about his date with, what's her name, Tanisha? And he said they had a good time. He was able to overcome temptation because that was not his MO in the past.
Right, because she was putting that pretty girl temptation on him.
She was putting that thing on him, but he was able to resist
and
honor Shay's request.
Right, and he learned that about himself from having gone through that experience.
And that's the core, that practice.
Right.
Because Dr. Nicole told him, well, now you have elevated yourself. You have an awareness of. And there's a responsibility to know that awareness about being aware and creating boundaries for yourself.
In front of you.
Because the lessons are going to come. The opportunities for you to test that thing out is going to come.
And even in her confessionals, at the new place and space where she is now, she seems to be okay with how things could proceed, moving forward with Alfonso. If they get certain things worked out, great, she's willing to move forward. But if they don't, she's not going to do that. And she's okay with either option. And I think that she's gotten to a place and a space where she needs to be as it relates to that.
But I just think if Shay learns to love herself, because if Alfonzo is working in that entertainment business,
right,
he got some money and
right,
the lifestyle. If Shay is gotta know that if she wants to find herself and be true to herself, she gotta be able to walk away from that lifestyle that he is giving her and focus all her attention on herself. That means that her lifestyle is gonna change.
Absolutely.
And she's gonna have to be okay with that.
And the other part of this is that Alfonso's got some things that he needs to tie up and things that he needs to get done in terms of his baby mama, that there are clear boundaries and clearly defined roles for everybody involved.
And what can happen if you lay a proper pathway, introducing the past to the new, and you bring everybody forward, because you can't leave your children behind.
Right.
And too many men leave their children to get with a new woman, and that is foul.
Yeah, I just think that they are, together. I think they're in a better place than they obviously were when they started the process. And I think that based on just some of the body language that I was noticing, especially after they left,
they were holding hands.
Right, they left the first session with Dr. Nicole, holding hands, and I think they may have done so after the second one as well.
Did.
That they're getting it together in a place in a time where it's working for them now.
When we look at reality TV, and once those cameras go off, there's something different going on. But I just appreciate to see them in a different space than how we saw them.
Exactly.
And that they're taking the counseling sessions. This counseling is really to point that mirror at yourself.
And I think
so that you can change.
Yeah, and I think Fonzo is slowly coming to the point where he realizes that if it's going to be me and Shay, things are going to be different.
Absolutely.
Things are going to be different. They're not going to be like before.
Have to. It has to be. Even with his mother.
Right.
We'd like to thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. We'll thank you for your comments. If you want to change, go and love on that self. Find out what you love. Find out the mystery of you. It's a remarkable adventure to go on. I did that for how long before we got together?
Yeah.
A long time. I'm not going to say how many years, but I did it for a long time.
It was a minute, wasn't it?
I said to God, I was ready to love. And 2 weeks later, this dude showed up. Ain't that something? That I was ready. The time that I took investing in myself, I was able to articulate that I was ready. And 2 weeks later, at a Christmas party, we met. And I went home and I wrote in my diary, I just met someone who will be significant in my life. Sight unseen. So that's the power of loving yourself. That we can get there.
It's a unique adventure. Can't nobody travel it for you. You got to do it yourself.
Amen.